All right, you guys got to check this out. Look at this Alice Cooper record. $30 at an estate sale. Can you believe this? All right, so we're just going to pause here for a second because I got to set up the context. This is the basement of a house, and the guy across from me who's holding a record is like a pro vinyl picker. And then another pro vinyl picker I've mentioned the channel before, Doug, has already gone through all the records. And he had one record in his possession that I could not believe was at this estate sale. Actually, two, to be honest. So right now, I'm going to do my flip through of what's left of the records, and then I'm going to show you what I did with Doug to get the record I wanted. So you guys saw that Alice Cooper record is priced at $30. All of the records that aren't individually priced are $5 each. Not crazy, but at an estate sale, $5 a record is a lot, and you'll see me pass up some records that are worth $8, $10, $12 because starting at $5, it's just not worth it to grab them. Now, again, you guys are going to see some records where you're like, oh man, that's a 10, 12, whatever dollar record. $5 a piece is just not worth it to grab them. You saw the Diana Sisters. There's a Joe Tex Soul Country record coming up. There's a Gene Krupa record coming up. All of these records are stuff that I would grab in a heartbeat at $1 to $2 a piece. But at $5 each, there's just no meat on the bone when I'm taking it to the record store to try to flip it for a profit. If I was selling myself online, sure, there's room for some profit there. But for the most part, when I try to sell records online, they sit on eBay forever. And I just can't have cash out there that's not getting recouped quickly. The sell-through rate's just too low. Let's take a look at the rest of the records. What were some of the things that you were encountering? I'll give an example. Do some of the guys think that if there's 3 boxes and they're at the 3 boxes but only going through one at a time, they don't want you touching them until they're done?
Number 7 or 8 behind me, I'm in there looking through them. He just stops in there and picks them up and puts the box next to me.
That's all the good stuff.
Just all the good stuff. And I literally go, really, dude? Really?
And that's
been
kind
here
of
since 6:45.
And that's kind of an unwritten rule about that if you jump on a whole collection. Well, that's good to know because I have probably done that, just being ignorant, not hyped up. All right, guys, so this is Doug's stash. Doug showed us, he let me film a video of everything that he was going to buy. You can already see there's a good one there, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. Now, I'm going to show this video in reverse, so it's going to look a little bit weird, and that's because the first album he shows when the video plays in the proper way, forward, is the record that I am building this whole story around. So I'm going to show you everything that he grabbed. All of the records he grabbed are unmarked, so they're only 5. Michael Jackson's Thriller, priced at $30. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, it's only $5. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. And keep your eyes peeled for one more record in here that is unbelievable. All right, so we've got this, the Past the Dutchie, those guys, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, Suicidal Tendencies for $5. Junior Walker, Cast Your Fate to the Wind, and then Jesus and Mary Chain. Can you believe it? The 10-inch EP of Darklands, their second album, is at this estate sale for $5. So I asked Doug, is there anything that you would do to let that go? And he kind of hemmed and hawed a little bit. He doesn't like to sell the records that he gets. So after a little while, I'm thinking, I got to break the ice with this guy. I've seen him pick a couple records that I'm interested in. I've offered to buy them from him for, closer to retail pricing, and he kind of wants to hold on to them. So it just comes over me. Doug, would you do $30 for that record? And he looks at me, and he's thinking about it, and he doesn't give me a definitive answer. But as I'm leaving the estate sale, I see his truck, and he's sitting in it, and I pull up, and he's got the record there waiting for me. And this video is me reacting to Doug letting me buy the record off of him, finally. Oh, boy. All right, so Doug ended up selling it to me for $30. He paid 10 for it, I gave him 30, and we're good to go. So thanks to Doug for hooking up this record that I am stoked to have on my collection, because I have the 12-inch. I have the 12-inch full-length album, but I don't have the Darklands EP, so this is a great pickup for me. I have no idea how much it's worth. I could have overpaid for it, but whatever. It's mine. I got it, and I'm stoked. That Suicidal Tendencies, though, oh, God. And I also bought this Carolina Tar Heels hat that is vintage, so we'll get that up on Depop as well and see if we can flip it for a little profit. Sorry if the audio's bad. I wasn't anticipating vlogging after this estate sale, but sometimes you go to these and the other vinyl hunters will sell to you on the spot, and I don't care. If this was dropped off at Homer's, I would have spent money on this for sure. And if it's not something that Doug really is dying to have in his collection and I can take it, this is awesome. It is just in beautiful condition. You just never expect to see something like this at an estate sale. And that's part of why at the last one, I wasn't hoofing it to get there, because there's so much country, of course, classic rock. You saw the prices at this estate sale, $30 for Thriller, $30 for Alice Cooper, $15 for these others. I bet if I went in there and offered them, I don't know, rock bottom prices on some of those, I probably could get them, but it's not even worth it, because you just feel like you're insulting them when you do that. So I don't know. I just don't know what they're thinking on some of those records. $30 for Thriller? That would sell at the record store if it was like an early pressing for what? Maybe $12 to $18, depending on condition, maybe $20. If I put that in my buddy Josh's shop, I'd probably be at $20 on it. So anyway, no big deal. People are learning estate sales, trying to get what they can, helping out someone, family members of someone who passed away, or someone who's downsizing or needs to be in assisted living, whatever. So it's all good. No negative vibes towards the estate sale people. But yeah, just, do they need to turn and burn stuff? Just, $5 a record, a little steep. But when you find a Jesus and Mary Chain Darklands EP in there, holy crap, just unreal. So cool. Thanks to Doug for selling it to me. And that's awesome. So yeah, let's go.